Boom.
Hello, everybody.
We're live.
This is episode 11, and I feel this is a very popular topic when it comes to Chris. He always gets lots of questions about this, and figured we would discuss. So do you want to get it started?
Yeah, so I put up a post earlier today talking about what if you could look at anxiety, stress, and fear as growth, right?
Okay.
We're going to specifically talk about fear because I know there's something that Sarah would like to share, and I got a story. I have a story that I'd like to share about being scared and how fear, if you look at it, if you change the perspective on fear, it could be looked at as something that will help you grow as a human being mentally, even, physically too.
Yeah. Hi to Jinder.
Hey to Jinder.
Bruce, say hi. Say hi. Say hi.
Let's see.
Puppy. Say hi.
Yeah, he's gonna lick my ear, and that's fine. I know. Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the matter at hand.
All right, so you want to share your story first, or?
Well, okay. This is pretty embarrassing, and if you guys may have heard me tell this story before, I told it like 4 months ago, so forgive me if you're listening to it again.
But I'm sure it'll be relevant for anybody listening because,
Okay. So when I first started boxing, I was going to this gym in Midtown Manhattan called Kingsway, and I didn't know too much about boxing at all. I got really motivated and inspired by watching $1 Million Baby, and a lot of people find that funny. But I bet you a lot of women started boxing that way. Anyway, so I was kind of in a big funk in my life, so I decided to do something really scary. At that time, was very scary to me, and I went to kind of a hardcore boxing gym, and I started to learn. And every day that I went to the gym, I'm sorry for the TMI, but
don't be sorry.
I would get pretty sick, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay.
No, tell him. Give it to him. Give it to him. Go ahead. You give it to him.
I would have to go to the locker room every day that I went to the gym to train and poop my brains out. Sorry, I know it's really TMI, but I would be so scared to go out on the floor, to walk out on the floor and go to work and work with my trainer. First of all, my trainer was really scary and nutty, and people weren't very friendly in the gym, and I was one of the few women around, and I was also like extra girly at that time because I worked in fashion design, and I would go to the gym like dressed up in my nice clothes, and then I would go in the locker room and put on my training gear and stuff like that. And I was just so scared, I was scared to be bad at something, and I was scared to look stupid and not know what to do. And I was already in good shape, but I had a lot of fear of looking foolish. And so that happened pretty much, I'd say, for the first 4 months, every day. When I went there, it's kind of like a bad joke. So
how did you grow from that, do you think?
Well, I grew a lot because at that time I was actually super scared just in general. Like I was really fearful I lived in some different neighborhoods that weren't really the best, and I was always really scared just being out on my own, like being confronted, whether it was a dangerous situation or just a situation where I just didn't want to be like hit on by some gross guy or whatever,
weird boxer,
some weird beard,
weird Muay Thai guy at the gym.
No, not that. But anyway, so I would just had a lot of fear. So not that this learning boxing was gonna make me go like fight on the street or anything, but it did just give me a lot of extra confidence. Just doing something that was so scary for me made me feel better in other situations that were like brought fear up for me. Like it made me handle those situations a lot better. And to this day, it's just the same. Like all those lessons that I learned in like sparring and many fearful situations that I was in that I got through, I was able to take that into other areas of my life that were really scary. Because I used to get really anxious in confrontation before this, like with certain people, I would be like really anxious, just confrontation, just talking, just not like physical confrontation. And that really changed me a lot, putting myself in this really scary scenario.
And I think you're leaving out something very important.
What?
Sarah eventually, with me as her coach and trainer, she was able to step into the ring for the first and only time. So she is considered undefeated as a boxer. And she did this in front of a crowd of, 2,000 people.
That's true.
On the west side of Manhattan at the Intrepid at one of these outdoor boxing events.
And my coach and were we married yet at that time? Yeah, I think we were married.
Yeah.
My coach and my husband was a champ, so I also had that added pressure of not making him look like a scrub if I did really badly. So there was a lot of fear that day, but I was able to channel it through all my
because of what? Leaning into the fear.
Yeah, not
that
stopping.
Started out at first, and then
not running away from that scary.
You built that mental conditioning.
Yeah,
right? So
for sure.
So fear is growth.
Yeah.
Obviously now some people might say, but what about real fear? What's the real fears of life? Yeah, you should worry about you should be scared of deranged human beings or wild animals or natural disaster, right? Those are real fears.
For sure.
But everything else is just the fears that we make up in our mind, the stories.
Oh my gosh.
Like there was something I read or you shared with me in one of the, what's the book? Think Like a Monk, right? Where as humans, when we are confronted with fear, we become fiction storytellers. We start making up these stories, right? Interpretations of what that fear can do to us.
Oh my gosh, totally.
Yeah,
I mean, all those days that I was in the gym that I was so scared, like who cares if I go in and I look stupid? Like really? Who cares? There's nobody in there that I need to worry about what they think of me. But obviously I'm older now and I get this, but when I was younger, it really mattered what other people thought. But now looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have probably absorbed and learned a lot more and enjoyed my time a little bit better if I would have been less scared. But whatever,
You mean embracing the process?
Yeah. But I still ended up getting through it, and I didn't quit, and I kept working through the fear, so it's okay. But like now, I just wish I could help other people that really care what people think. I want to help them not give 2 Fs. Like I want them to be like,
you can say it.
No, I know, maybe, do I care what people think of me because I don't curse on the internet? What?
So I'll share real quick the story that I wanted to relate back to this fear equaling growth, where back in 2000, I was working as an electric maintenance technician. Basically, I was changing light bulbs on this Park Avenue skyrise, and nothing against anyone that's in the electric, but I didn't. It wasn't for me. I didn't love it. I hated it. If anything, I hated it, and I was contemplating ways of chasing or hunting down my dream of becoming a Muay Thai fighter. And what I did was I had to step into this fear of giving up this secure job with benefits and room for progress. And I said, you know what, I'm going to become a personal trainer and a coach.
Yep.
And I had to give up this thought that the fear that I had of leaving this comfortable job was gonna destroy me. Like I wasn't gonna be able to figure it out. So I stepped into this fear, thinking not only am I doing for me, I'm taking care of me. I was a single dad at the time, so my goal, my why was to show my son that sometimes you want to give up the secure, comfortable path and step out of that comfort zone and step into that world of being uncomfortable, which is, again, that fear, which is going to lead to growth.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that the day that 9/11 happened, where, you know, the planes hit the towers, that was my beginnings of being a personal trainer at this big, you know, fitness chain in the city. And talk about fear, like, obviously, you know, thousands and thousands of people were affected, millions of people were affected over the years now by that incident. But New York City was literally shut down for months, and who was coming into gyms, you know, to seek out, you know, personal training or even, you know, just fitness in general. But, you know, I didn't give up on it. I stuck to it. I leaned into the fear of the unstableness of what was going on in the city and in that fitness industry. And look where I'm at today. You know, I mean, I was able to go off as a, you know, branch off as a personal trainer, start my own personal training business, start my own gym, and now, you know, being a coach, you know, being an online coach to help men, not because I know it all, because I've been through the ups and downs of fitness, of life, and my mission is to coach, you know, coach men through those same struggles. So yeah, Renee, everything you ever wanted is on the other side of fear. Absolutely.
So true, man.
Absolutely. So again, we, you know, just to give you a little side story, you know, this for us at first, you know, doing these live videos was fearful, but we leaned into it. We knew that we were going to grow in this process, and look where we are.
And now we're looking for deals, you know. I don't know, some kind of late night husband and wife talk show. If you know anything, let us know. No, I'm just joking. No, but
Hey,
it's
if you
fun.
know anybody, I don't know. No.
It's fun.
No, it is fun, and you know, again, if it's with the purpose of not only just putting out videos, but it's with the purpose of knowing that if this can call someone to action, you know, a man, you know, the fellas out there, call you to action to take control, get back in the fight of your well-being and your health.
Yeah,
You know, that's why we're here.
definitely.
Right.
And if there's any guys on here watching, definitely, if you're not in it already, join Chris's free group on Facebook, Champ Up Men. It's definitely lots of great content in there, lots of great trainings, and a lot more to come. So,
Champ up.
see you guys.